Yesterday, tucking into the Famous City People Airplay. You may remember my beloved and lovely wife Rachel.
Mm.
She's gotten herself looks like some leftover fried rice.
Yeah.
Good job. Way to eat your leftovers. That's very frugal.
They're so good. How can I resist?
So we're here. We're gonna have a Friday night pushing things party. What are we gonna push? I'm not sure yet. I have this strange vision that I might go outside and push some leaves and stuff with a broom. I heard the neighbor next door using a leaf blower. I went outside to have a health tube. I'm like, oh my god, I need to sweep this driveway so badly. It's all covered in sticks and stuff from the wind. So maybe I'll go outside and push some stuff a little bit. I'm not all the way well or anything, but I feel pretty much fine. You know,
That's good.
it feels sick, but I feel fine.
Yeah. You don't look like.
Death,
Yeah.
right? I'm even pretty rested, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I have any lines under my eyes. I just had a strange dream before I woke up, and I'm pretty sure I know what it means. In this dream, I was at the airport with Jeffrey's mom, and Jeffrey's dad. And then I realized that she was saying goodbye. I was like, hold on a second. And I ran after Jeffrey's dad. And I'm like, hey, before you get on the airplane, do you think you could spare a couple of Adderalls?
Oh my god. That's so real life.
That's the dream I had right before I woke up. So, that's the kind of stuff I dream about. But sometimes dreams are pretty easy to interpret. I interpret that one as me probably hitting up Ruben for an Adderall or two before he leaves. That's what I interpret that one as meaning.
It's not a bad transaction there.
Right, well, sometimes dreams don't require a lot of symbolic interpretation. Sometimes they're very straightforward, like this one.
Yeah, so straightforward. I've never had a straightforward dream like
The only difference in the dream and reality was instead of Jeffrey, it's Ruben.
that. And it makes sense that you would have a dream about.
Well, he just told me his plane leaves on Monday. He told me earlier today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then that totally explains it.
Yeah, it totally explains it. So anyway, one of the things I plan to do this evening on our push party, Highland, hi. One thing I plan to do today on our push party is I plan to start making, that's right, it rhymes with Born Keef. St. Patrick's Day is Sunday, I believe. And so if we start it now, it'll be ready tomorrow. We'll have it tomorrow night. Have it Sunday. It'll be great.
Yeah, that would be great.
Highland, I'm doing pretty well for being sick. I am a little sick, but I am good and getting better. My cold's moving pretty quickly. Seems like I got a lot of congestion and stuff. Hi, Hibby Hibby. How's it going? You're crying so much. Boundless Cameraman Production says, oil up. Okay, I'm all oiled up. Now what? What are you going to do to me now that I'm all oiled up? Excuse me for 1 second. I just need to not pull a bong rip. Oops, I accidentally pulled one instead. Jesus is our Lord and Savior? Well, good for him.
I'm having sort of like conflicting emotions.
Oh, what?
Try type.
Uh-huh.
Cause like I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I test 7 a lot. But when I compare my way of handling fear to yours, I feel like it's different.
Really?
So then maybe I'm just being exaggerating. Cause then it makes me think, I'm like, oh, am I a 6
You
instead?
do have a better relationship with SE than me, but that's just to be expected because you're fourth slot. You still, like, well, you don't have anything much that you fear right now.
No, I don't.
So that kind of messes up your analysis, right?
Yeah.
Because we don't have anything really to fear. You make things up to fear.
That's what I mean. Is that's how I'm different than you in that way.
I worry about things I shouldn't worry about sometimes too.
Okay.
You know, or worry about things that I can't really do anything about, long term stuff that I'm already in the process of dealing with or whatever. Thanks, Michael Patrick Bernier. Caden Mayo, how was up? Not much. How are you? I'm fine. You're new. Congratulations for your newness. Does that mean you're just born?
A newborn baby typing on the chat.
I love it when newborn babies come around here. What's in the bowl? Well, I'm right now packing some bong rips because I just got started streaming and I've got some tasks I want to do, some doors I want to chew. Before I do that, I need to look this bowl. I actually have listened to plenty of Tyler the Creator, and I've not been very impressed with him at all. But maybe that song's great. I don't know. My daughter likes him. I'm just not impressed. You know.
He's very popular, but I agree with you. I'm not sure what it is about him. He's very like hip hop, but like new wave hip hop. I don't know.
It's not catchy at all.
No.
What's wrong with it? You need a nuclear launch code? Yes. 6572484AB7. Okay. Just remember that one. Caden Mayo, maybe you're dead because of all the mayonnaise. Jamie Turner says, a bunch of junkies on live? No, I'm not a junkie at all. Not remotely. I'm a man with a wife living in Mariposa who's about to make corned beef. Do I listen to John Mayer? No. Am I racist? No. Thanks, Michael Patrick Bernier. Awesome. Blow up my foreskin like a balloon. I don't feel like doing that. Thanks. I appreciate it. 11G Games. That we're going to be picked as survivors. We're in a good place in case there's a nuclear war. I can't stand backwards on stairs. It's a good point, Tyler Kennedy. You're either going up or down. You know, you can't stand backwards on stairs. Well, I said, what about this? What about this? I will both answer your question and time you out. She's stacked. I'm a lucky man.
Thank you.
All right, Mikey boy. Let me try to ask you about this, though. Am I standing backwards on the stairs if I stand like this?
Ooh, we're gonna get a visual.
What about if I stand like this? Am I now backwards on the stairs? What about if I stand like this? I can't go this way. Am I backwards now on the stairs?
Oh, you kind of are.
I love you, my guy, haha. Fist me with both hands, fart in my eyes. No thanks. Okay, I'm going to time you out as well. You're a little too aggressively. What do they call that? Uh, masochistic. Masochistic. No, that doesn't count as standing backwards on the stairs. Why not? Just because you say so? Okay, fine, Mr. Bossy Pants. Because you say so. Fine. Bro's gonna twerk for us. I'm not gonna twerk. Okay, I don't normally twerk for you. Even when I do twerk for you, I do it in an appropriate, not very suggestive way. Okay. Maybe I'll show you how that works outside of the health tube. Then I'll come in and start the corned beef, which is the traditional food for St. Patrick's Day. Yes, I've done shrooms. I do them relatively often. Do I play any video games? Well, the last video game I played was called Minecraft. And I wouldn't mind playing it again. I was kind of starting to get into it a little bit. I know, corned beef is so good, huh? My daughter's really into Minecraft. She's 25. And she was recommending it to me. And I do like it. You think I need a bigger lighter? Well, that's as big a lighter as I have as the torch. Anyway, what I'm really hoping is going to happen here during the course of this live stream is one kind of pushing thing that I really want to do. And that's push this poop out of my butt. Well, 11G games, you know, I bought Baldur's Gate 3, I think it is, the most recent one. And I was looking forward to playing it, but then my computer's not good enough to play it. It's like I need a stronger computer to play it. So much for that. I do play chess online against people sometimes. Here in the live streams, sometimes they'll say, let's play chess. Anybody want to play me chess? You know, and then I'll start a chess game. You know what, 11G games, I just gave up. It was a pain in the ass trying to figure out like why it wasn't working, etc. And I just gave up. Oh, the first thing that happened, I didn't have enough hard drive space for it. So, and then Ruben came and was like, your computer's not even good enough to run this thing. That's what happened. Tyler Kennedy, you sure are a critic of lighting things on fire, or how to do it. I think I'll be fine letting you light things on fire however you want to, and you let me light things on fire however I want to. Well, that's the underlying notion of simulation theory, of course, Padawan Rangebender, is that if we extrapolate from our current growth in the ability to simulate things, which games are simulations of a sort, some of them more explicitly so than others, but that surely we'll be able to simulate life itself perfectly. Well, I mean, it's tempting to think that, but I suspect that there's a lot of things in life that have hard limits, you know? Like, I don't believe there's any way to, I believe it's very plausible to create artificial intelligence that real people find indistinguishable from other real people in a virtual environment. But I don't think it's possible to make those artificial intelligences actually self-aware, conscious, etc. And I think that's a hard ceiling because I think that's only possible via a combination of both biological and metaphysical components. And that we already know the only way to make other intelligences, and that's have babies. They already have smell-o-vision for VR headset. It uses vape juices to make 3 smells in the certain areas you're in. Smell-o-vision. I'm glad we're using our time so wisely, making smell-o-vision. And like in the game, if you get COVID, you lose the ability to smell the things. Well, I've got COVID right now, supposedly, and I can still smell things. Hey, Tamaric Richardson, thank you for your $2. Appreciate it. What's up, big dog? Um, I'm just sitting out here having a health tube. I'm hopeful that when I go back inside, I'm actually gonna poop, and then after that, after washing my hands, of course, begin making corned beef. Because pooping makes the world go round. Oh, Azura's here, talking once again about BBC. Were you happy, Azura, that BBC made it into the story the other day? Hello, Kevin. How are you? Good evening to you as well. The Black Plague juice. Vape juice, Black Plague. Smells like rotting corpses. You know what's fun? Talking about pooing is a little bit gay. Oh, well, you're going to find this live stream a lot of it gay then, because I'll admit it, I talk about my poops an unreasonable amount. You see, I have a little problem called constipation. Some people call it irregularity. And it stems, I think, from my diet, which comprises just meat and bread and cheese all the time. And like no vegetables. I think that's why I'm constipated. We get salad. I say, let's eat more salad. But I need Rachel to suggest to have a salad, or else I'm just not going to eat it. So when Rachel wants a salad, and she says, do you want me to make you a salad? I'm like, yes. But I typically forget to request a salad. I'm more likely to request a cup of noodles. Hey, Rachel?
Yeah?
Is our salad any good?
Yeah, it is. Would you like one?
Yes, please. So I'm going to eat a salad. But I'm going to try to poop out these poops a bit before I even eat a salad. You know, a lot of times they bring up as a subject the saddest songs, right? But what I woke up singing today is definitely among the saddest songs ever, and not one I ever remember to put on my list. I'll tell you what it is. I woke up singing it for some reason. It goes like this. She wakes up, she makes up, she meow 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 meow. and in her eyes you see nothing. No sign of love behind the tears, cried for no one. A love that should have lasted years. Meow, meow. So anyway, I realized as I was singing that song that song deserves to be on the list of saddest songs ever, but I always forget to put it on that list. I don't know what album it's on, but I believe it's called For No One. Rachel, do you know what album that's on?
What?
What album that song is on?
No sign of love behind here. For no one. For no one, I believe is on Rubber Soul.
What a great album.
Yeah.
Anyway, that song deserves to be on the saddest songs ever list.
It is sad. Haven't you ever been in that position too? Like I've been on both ends where like I could tell someone's fading out of the relationship, and I've also been the person fading out of a relationship.
I don't think I operate like that. I don't know. I can't. It doesn't resonate with me at all.
That's good. I mean, that's a good thing. You don't want to feel those feelings, but I definitely have been like in that state of mind before. On both ends.
Huh. Yeah. Well.
Oh, it's on Revolver. Says
Revolver.
Ruben R.
Huh.
That's a good album too, though.
That is a good album too. That super sad song. Also, Eleanor Rigby, obviously one of the saddest songs ever.
Yeah.
You know, she's like sitting in the church by herself or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Darning her socks.
Yeah. Darning her socks as she waits by the meow, 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 meow.
Nobody's there.
Yeah,
like,
that's sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
All the lonely people, where do they all come from?
All the lonely people, where do they all belong?
It's like the Beatles said. All the lonely people, where do they all come from?
I have Weezer's All My Favorite Songs.
Slow and sad.
Yeah.
All my favorite people make me mad, so mad. Everything I feel good is bad, bad, bad. All my favorite songs are slow and sad. I don't know what's wrong with me. Well, I pooped some progress. It took some doing too, I tell you. I'm quite impacted. Okay, now I'm peeing. And that's a wonderful time for everybody. A time of celebration and good cheer. Alright, well that'll have to do for now. Whatever other poos I have in me, they're being too stubborn to get right now, so we'll just have to leave them be and come back to them later. I don't know what's wrong with me. Meow, 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 meow. Alright, let's go wash our hands in the kitchen.
Your salad's ready, by the way.
Thank you, darling. Meow, 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 meow.
Oh, She's Leaving Home is a sad song. And it's about a real story, too.
Yeah, She's Leaving Home is very sad. I can't think of the verse to it. I keep going to For No One.
Oh, for no one.
What's the verse of She's Leaving Home? I can think of the She's Leaving Home, meow, meow part. But I can't think of the other part.
Me neither. I keep on going to For No One, too. The day breaks your mind aches. But it must be something like that.
Must be similar, I guess.
Yeah.
What's the one with the woman who leaves and meets the guy from the car company?
She's Leaving Home.
Oh.
Oh my God, Rubenar, I haven't listened to Kenna since like 2006. Wow, that
Yep.
really takes me back.
I've never even heard of that song. Can I help it?
Yeah, I don't know about Hellbent. I don't know if I've ever heard that song, but I know a Kenna song for sure. Reminds me of college. So I got it, Kevin. Sunday morning at 9 o'clock is the day begins. Na, 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 na. She goes downstairs to
Doesn't that have kind of a Paul McCartney does a few songs. This whole I'm waking up in the morning thing, you know. Both Sunday morning at 9 o'clock and the day begins, and she wakes up. They both start with the same thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same with woke up, fell out of bed, I tried to comb across my head.
I feel like Good Day Sunshine starts off with like a I need to laugh. And when it says that, I've got something I can laugh about.
Richard, you got the lyrics to that wrong. It goes, I need to laugh. It's Global Beatles Day. I'm in love. It's Global Beatles Day. I feel good. It's Global Beatles Day. Yeah, it's Global Beatles Day. Global Beatles Day. Today is Global Beatles Day. Today is Global Beatles. I decided last year when I first learned about International Global Beatles Day,
Yeah.
I decided that is the song for Global Beatles Day.
It is.
Because it fits so perfectly. Can you imagine another Beatles song where that fits so perfectly? I don't think so.
No. It's perfect. You made it up on the spot.
Kevin admits that in England, that's really what they do. They just wake up, they have tea, they grumble. They do that thing. Do you think is it true that people in England do that a lot, Kevin? They go. Because in America, we have this kind of English archetype of a mustachioed British guy in like a certain kind of hat who was part of the, I mean, obviously he'd be dead by now probably. It was part of the conquering of India, and he fought in the RAF, and well, let's gotta keep it a stiff like that kind of stuff.
There was a stereotype of that for sure. That's one of the.
I said,
Yeah.
I just need to get to my elephant garden. That guy was in, that stereotype was in Jumanji.
Yeah.
That stereotype, it seems like it's been in at least one or two Disney cartoons.
Yes. Right? Totally. Like I was thinking. I think like Lady and the Tramp has like a character that's like that.
Also, I am the modern Major General.
Yes.
That guy is the ultimate one of those guys.
Ultimate. And kind of, he went out hunting with his elephant and gun.
Yeah, that guy.
He sounds like,
Yeah, he sounds like that guy.
Yeah.
It's spelled like that, I'm glad to see. It's spelled WFEF, WFF, WGGF, WEF. That was my great-grandfather riding an elephant in India before great-grandmother diddled the help when we lost all our money. What a slut she was.
Damn, really?
I hope your whole family holds your great-grandmother in great disdain. Right. Well, you can't be mad then, Kevin. Because otherwise you wouldn't exist, presumably.
That's true. You gotta let go, I guess, somewhere.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm racially fluid, so I know all about that.
Yeah, you do.
I've experienced the oppression of every race. Alright, let's get started on this corned beef. And you know what we're going to do with this corned beef? We're going to keep it simple. Alright, keeping it simple. Like leaving it pimples. This is called a crock pot. This is called a corned beef. The first thing we're going to do is drain out all of this blood from here. Let's go to the sink to do that. And we just cut this like that. Let all that blood drain out. Now, we got this. Pour the rest of that blood out. Whoop. We put this in here. There. Then we'll get this trash and we'll throw it away. We'll squirt away all the blood from in the sink and squirt it. There. Oh, I still need to get the other side, but it's good enough right now. Let's throw this away. Bring this over here where we're working to the trash can. It makes things a little more convenient. We turn on some lights. We'll have an exciting time together. Do a little cleaning up while we're here. So one of the things that I'm going to push then tonight are these crumbs. I'm going to push them off of the counter into the trash can. You know, it's possible I don't have a very good title on this live stream. Maybe I should title it, Let's Make Corned Beef.
Oh, maybe.
I wonder if that would get more. Yes, let me retitle it and see what happens. Alright. I'm going to retitle this video and see if that makes any difference. It is getting near St. Patrick's Day. I think maybe there's a lot of people out there who want to see how to make corned beef. Alright, good enough. Let's go change the title. Let's see what happens. See if it makes any difference. Of course, even if it does, it could just be coincidence, but so it goes. Can I explain how third slot SI manifests? Well, it manifests as 7th slot SE, you know. There's a prioritization of resting or whatever over doing stuff. Often you'll ask INTP, INFP, you'll say like, well, what are you waiting for or whatever? What are you doing right now? I'm conserving energy. Let's say. Conserving energy for what? In case I have to do something. Corned beef. Let's make corned beef.
It's interesting, like, my dad was like,
My dad was like, is.
with his, I guess, third slot SI, he's very, like, tight when it comes to his routine. So he's an adjunct teacher in New York City, and he's been doing it for, a really long time. Since I was a teen, probably even earlier than that. I just didn't realize it. But he'll rest and relax until he has that schedule that he adheres to for the rest of the year. And being a teacher also allows him to have the summers off and to have, spring break and stuff. Also, it's not
Well, I mean, the bottom line is SI third is selfish, it's childish. It expects to be able to rest and take breaks and tend to itself whenever it feels the need to do so.
Yeah.
All right, so let's continue making some corned beef. Now that I've changed the title. What I've done so far, I've put the corned beef in the crock pot, and that's all I've done. But there's not a whole heck of a lot that needs to be done here to make this corned beef. We're not going to get too fancy with it, all right? Because we don't want to over-fancify. We've got red onions, orange carrots, and red potatoes. We're also going to need some mustard, some garlic, and we will need okay. So what I've got here, my ingredients. These are the easiest ingredients because Rachel got the correct size package of the correct size carrots. I'm very pleased she did. I'm going to just have to just put these in just like this. They're already the right size and the right amount of them. Isn't that convenient? Except I see this one has a little hat. We don't want this to have a hat. So let's get the knife out and cut it off. Now this one goes back in there. Alright, next. We've got some potatoes. Yes, these potatoes are small, but no, they're not small enough. So we're going to cut these just like meow, 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 like this. Meow, 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 about into quarters. Sometimes with the bigger ones, I want to just cut them like this. We just chop, cut, cut, and chop, just like that. The process involves both cutting and chopping, remember. Cut, cut, chop, chop. Pyow, making good progress. Cut, cut, cut. Go ahead and do a chop there. Mix it up. Chop. Chop. Cut, 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 cut. All cuts that time. Let's finish with all chops. Chop. Chop, chop, chop. Okay. Now, what we have to do is carry these over to the crock pot, which unfortunately is over here, but that's just life. Not everything's always convenient. It's not always good to eat everything. So just get over it to eat, people. You're expecting too much. More potatoes get to be carried over there. Set up the camera so you can see all of the action. So I know how important that is. Okay, most of the action. See that? That's how you put potatoes into the crock pot. Use your pudding hands. There, just like that. Next, we've got this. This is called an onion, or in French, an oignon, or in Spanish, le oignono. Alright, first you're going to try to get this paper part off with your fingers. Let me turn you so you can see what's going on. Alright, first you want to get this paper off. Sometimes it doesn't come off that well. So then you just say, I'll cut it. And throw that top bit away. Now you should be able to peel away the paper. But it doesn't even matter because you're going to cut the other end off, like now. And then additionally, you're going to cut the whole outside piece of onion away. Because it's not good. Get rid of that. This stuff. This. Alright, get rid of all of that stuff. Push this stuff in the trash. Now, go like this. Cut it in half. Then go like this. Cut it long ways in half. Cut it long ways in half. Then you can just chop like this and you should be fine with the piece size. Chop, 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 chop. And now you've chopped one half of the onion. Now let's chop the other half of the onion. Chop, 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 choppy, chop. You can sing the chopping song if you want. Chop, 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 chop. All right. Now that you've done some chopping, it's time to gather the onions in your pudding hand and put them into the crock pot. Remember, the key verbs here are gather and put, okay? Gather and put.
I have to say, I think you changing the title of the stream has helped.
Certainly coincided in time with some more attendance, which is nice.
Yeah.
All right, we've got the gathering part. Oh, you still couldn't see the gathering. Well, it's okay. And the putting part. Now that I've gathered and put, I'm going to get a spoon. Using this spoon, I'm going to get some of this minced garlic. I'm going to put this in there. We'll give it a heaping helping. Okay, because that's a lot of stuff in there. I'm going to wash this spoon off. I'm going to wash this spoon off real quick. And this spoon. And just put them back in the drawer. Rather than bothering with the dishwasher. These ones when you go on the dishwasher because they've got some dried rice on them. Always a bad thing in the cleaning business is dried rice on things. Like I should have soaked my rice pan right away last night. Alright. So yes, I'm feeling sick, but no, I'm not letting it prevent. Oh, Eric.
No.
You put the spoon away before remembering you need it for mustard.
Ow.
Okay, so let's get a spoonful of Dijon mustard. Let's take a look here, a close-up look-see at what we got in the crock pot. Take a heaping spoonful of mustard and just put that right in there like that. All right. Now we're gonna wash off the spoon again. And we'll put it away. Spoons go here. Like, yeah. All right. Next thing we need is two cans of beef broth. We're going to miat, and we're going to miat on the other side. This way you don't get a glug pour. It just pours nice and easy, see? If you don't poke a hole on both sides, you get a glug pour. It's a pro tip, okay? It's called Broth Tip 101. You meow it? You're not done meowing it. Meow it on the other side. Now, no glug glug pour. It just pours right out, nice and easy. Like nature intended. Okay. Next, oh wait, trash can's over there. Trash can's here. Throw this trash away, this trash away. Okay, we need to get one more liquid for this. And that liquid, so far, what are the ingredients in here? We've got a corned beef, we've got carrots, potatoes, onions, 2 cans of beef broth, mustard, garlic, and now we're going to put a bottle of beer into it as well. Because it's corned beef, I think it's only appropriate that the beer we put into it, because St. Patrick's Day, is this one, Guinness. I think it's absolutely only appropriate that we put a bottle of Guinness into that. That's the most Irish of all of the things. All right, so we're going to open this like so. And we're going to pour this Guinness right onto here. Smells good. I have non-alcoholic Guinness, but I can't get it up here. I don't have it around here. The last thing you can put in if you want to be fully responsible, a little salt. This is corned beef, but still, a little pepper never hurt. And yeah, the reason, of course, it's called corned beef is not because you put corns on the beef, but because you put peppercorns on the beef. Okay? So don't think you can make corned beef by just rubbing corn on some beef. It doesn't work that way. I've done a pretty good job. I haven't even made really any mess. It's time to take the trash out. This is so much better, right? Forget the other bags. We'll give those to the people at the other house, you know.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Even then, we'll be probably the ones dealing with the trash most of the time. Oh yeah, a little dash of love. I put actually a fairly large, I put a full tablespoon of love in this time. So for those who want the recipe, I'll repeat all the ingredients to everybody, okay? As it begins to cook. Start with the corned beef. We got a great deal on our corned beef. It was like $15. They had a sale on them.
Yeah.
When they're not on sale, they're like $50. Ridiculous.
That's so expensive. I didn't know that it was that expensive for corned beef.
Well, I remember we tried to get one time, and I looked at the price, and I'm like, $60? What?
Yeah, I remember
Forget
that.
this. I'm not getting this corned beef. Hi, Sleazy Juan, and let's see what else is going on here in the chat. Hi, Etta from Albania. Uh-oh. Albania. You guys once got mad at me for making fun of a hat. There's one video that I was making fun of this boxer for wearing this hat. And I didn't know it, but actually it was like some sort of super important hat from Albania.
It's still picture that.
Hmm. It'll be a long time until that corned beef is ready, but regardless, I have a couple other doors I could chew while we're streaming here. You may be able to tell I am sick. Sick and tired. Oh, meow, 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 meow. But I feel okay. I feel like I should probably eat something a little more substantial than salad. But I'm also not feeling super hungry, really.
Well, if you want something more, let me know.
Okay, thanks, darling.
Sure. Hey, Simple Girl 357.
Hi, Simple Girl. You missed the making of the corned beef. It doesn't take very long, really, to make corned beef.
No, but you did miss it, and it was spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
Fly Guy would mention that Eric's Bonsai Astro chart has Eric as a horse for his day. Yeah.
Reminds me of the prof song Horse. Okay, well. We've made the corned beef. We've eaten at least a little bit of the salad. Let's go outside and have a health tube. Well, I just spoke with him when he called and said he had COVID and let me know. That's the last time I talked with him. I got it, but what asthma gas? How are things down the street, Ruben? Anything exciting to report? I've got the septic tank people scheduled to come out on Monday. Supposed to be the coffee that the lighter that I dropped in my coffee. When I got here earlier with a cup of coffee, I lit this and it slipped right out of my hands, directly into my cup of coffee. And I said, "Oh no! Wow!" That's what I said. It seems to have dried out adequately though, because it works again. It's a lovely day. Let's go take a little walk around while I have this health tube. and explore the outside. First, let's see if we can see the stream. I always like to, the brief period of the year when we have this stream, if I can get it on camera, I like to show the stream. It's kind of hard to see from up here. There's a lot of branches in the way and stuff. Well, let's look over here, maybe. Which reminds me, I need to take this aloe inside. So it might get too cold for it tonight. I brought it out to get some sunshine. You can see the stream right down there, actually. I bet I can get this so you can see it. Do you see it? I bet you do. Let me raise this up like this so I don't have to hold it. There. You can totally see it, huh? Pretty good job, Eric. When are you gonna cut them logs with that chainsaw? Never. I have a feeling I'm never gonna use that chainsaw. There might be a need at some point. That's why I have it. You know, I live in a place where sometimes like trees fall down and stuff, and you got to chop them up yourself or hire someone to do it. And it costs a lot to hire people to do that kind of stuff. So I got it in part because I was imagining chopping down this tree at the top of the driveway that half broke during the big snows last year. I was figuring I could climb up it, chainsaw it down one chunk at a time. But I don't know, I'm scared. One thing I don't want more than anything else in life, hand injuries. Hand injuries would make it impossible for me to play guitar, to type words on the keyboard, etc. That would be horrible. So I try to be safe these days and remember what's important to me. Which can be hard. I'm bipolar. Now let's look down this part of the hill. There's a pleasant sight for everybody. Isn't that pleasant? Oh, no. What it said is if you want to know how to get to the personality cafe page where they list all the different tri-types, type in 783 curve surfer. That'll get you to that page at Google. If you type that into Google and you type in 783 curve surfer, it'll get you to the right page on personality cafe. And then you can find whatever tri-type you're looking for. The 3 questions I asked, well, I mean, it's just basic enneagram questions like, you know, do you think you don't have to be ashamed of yourself because you're helpful, high achieving, or screw you and your rules? That's one question. The other one is, when you have some looming thing that's intimidating, do you bury your head in the sand? Do you rely on your existing resources, or do you learn as much as you can about it? And then lastly, when someone comes at you with anger, do you respond with anger? Do you be like, I'll talk to you when you're calmed down and extract yourself? Or do you appease? Like, okay, if you're so mad about it, here. I did the last question in the wrong order, but still the right question. It's a lovely evening outside. It's a perfect temperature. There are no bugs. It's crazy. It's crazy how nice it is out. It's like probably the nicest it's gonna get. Okay, let's go around, put this cigarette in the ashtray. Alright, so I really need to push some sticks. I have all these sticks all over my driveway from the recent winds and stuff, and I heard my neighbor using a leaf blower earlier, and it made me feel like, oh, I should sweep up outside. It looks silly, all covered in sticks and stuff. Do a couple of typing sessions and pay someone to do it? What do you mean? I don't know what you guys are talking about. You're gonna start studying English? Well, good for you. Would you like a copy of my grammar book? I can get that for you if you want. It's the best way to learn English grammar. Thanks, Og Doo.
Mm-hmm.
Here, this book is called The Orderly World of Grammar. And I wrote it. And it teaches you how to do grammar via sentence diagramming. Isn't that wonderful? And here is a link to it. There you go. The Orderly World of Grammar by me. That boy class. I don't blame you. I get it. Your critique is totally legit, except for the fact that I can't. They don't have any F and GJ at the store. They only have this. And look, we all agree that this is not F and GJ. Well, I don't know what to do about Rachel's back. I suspect we probably need to get out and walk around more. You know, maybe stretch a little bit.
Yeah.
When I've pulled my back before, it didn't take this long to get better usually.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I've been holding a lot of tension inside, and like it just I moved in a weird way, and that was it. And I don't sleep in the best sleeping position. But,
Well, I mean, do you think you sleep more naturally when you sleep upstairs?
Yeah, I guess so. Because I'm aware of.
You're not as crowded.
Right.
It's very crowded and bred. So, I think you appease, that's 9. Oh, I'm not gonna cut down that tree. It turned out to still be alive anyway. It's like I thought, okay, that tree's got to be dead or dying because it like broke in half from the snow. But then, um, it turned out that it's still alive, it's still growing and stuff. Yeah, sleep with a pillow between your legs. It'll help correct your posture when you sleep. I do that. I do that every night. That boy Klaus says I was once hospitalized for a back injury and needed a simple brace. It took about a month to fully heal, but I couldn't walk for like 4 days.
Oh, I'm so stubborn. Like I don't. I want to get better with like homeopathic, like not all homeopathic because I haven't been taking ibuprofen, but like with heat and icing, and I do think that taking walks will help. It's just I'm
What are you talking about, Padawan range bender? Flexerol? I never heard of that. Is it like a muscle relaxant or something? I mean, the thing is, this has been going on for about a week now.
yeah, it's a week. It says I read it takes 2 weeks for back strain to get better.
All right, so let's just try to write it out, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'm really like good right now. Like as you can see, I'm sitting in like a comfortable position right now where
Your back feels okay sitting?
yeah.
Well, that's good. At least it's not in constant pain.
No.
Yeah,
No,
we don't drink alcohol.
I don't drink. I honestly really don't. I don't prefer it. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that simple girl. I don't want to introduce to Rachel like opiates or opioids or something at all.
Honestly, like I told Eric, I was like, I can see how people get addicted to pain medication because, like, you just want to feel better, right? Like, that boy class. I mean, there are things that might have contributed to that, sure. Not Eric, but my own doing.
Yeah, I didn't blow her.
No.
She just woke up one day like that.
Yeah.
Okay, now I believe it's time for a bomb rip, and this time what I'm gonna do, I've been kind of not doing this because I'm sick, and it makes it a little harder on the lungs to do this, but I'm gonna put some concentrate on this one.
Ooh.
Now, where's that little scooper? Here it is.
Do we have that now? Tylenol prescription strength, or is that different kind of Tylenol?
I mean, you could just take 3 of them, you know.
Okay.
If it's just Tylenol. Look, let's give it another week. It's better than it was.
It says it literally said 2 weeks for a back injury.
It's not something that needs a lot of additional stuff. It's a problem that probably lacks inherency, which is to say it'll fix itself within another week or so.
Yeah, before I pulled it, I was really feeling tight and I was very clenched all over. Like, I think I was really worried about. I hate fucking admitting this shit because I sound like such a fucking loser, but like I was a little bit nervous about having guests over. I didn't really know the arrangement. I thought that we would be entertaining more, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I just was worrying, and I noticed that I was clenching my jaw a lot, and my hips were tight. And then one day I woke up and was taking stuff out of the laundry, and boop, that was it. It was like just Just one swift move.
Oh, it's when you were taking stuff out of the laundry.
Yeah.
Well, she knows specifically when it happens. So, you don't sound like a loser. It's so ridiculous. Uh, Judge not, and ye shall not be judged. Condemn not, and ye shall not be condemned. Forgive, and it will be forgiven you. Give, and it will be given to you. Well, that's a pretty nice
That
Bible
is a nice
quote.
one.
I wouldn't worry too much about Julie, Winston's mom. Good time says green heart, green heart, green heart.
I like that. I like the look of that.
You know, I realized at some point in that story, Good Time, I forgot that you were there too.
Oh, really?
So he just kind of disappeared from the story at some point.
Oh.
I was trying to keep track of a fair number of people at the same time.
Screw you, learn.
And
And
appease.
appease.
So that's
Screw
4,
you is
5,
4.
and 9.
Yeah.
In some order. 4, 5, and 9. So it's like whichever one was easiest for you to answer, that's the first one. Whichever one was second easiest for you to answer, that's the second one. Whichever was third easiest to answer, that's the third one. So you're either 4, 5, 9, 5, 4, 9, 9, 5, 4, or 9, 4, 5. Or did I get all of them? There might be more permutations there. I don't have it. I don't know. Rachel might have it.
Yeah, I do. Hold on.
Okay, so if you want to know what I'll figure out what the name of that is. Okay, hold on. Four, 5, 9. All right, so here's the thing. The general thing is called the contemplative. 954 is called the peace seeker. Withdrawn intellectual peace seeker abhors conflict, keeps own company, depth of thought and emotion. How does learning work in that context? 459 is the withdrawn introvert. Artisan, intellectual, but withdraws into self more than any other type. Shy and accepting, often have trouble establishing clear self-image. That does sound a little bit like, I don't know about the last bit, but certainly some of that sounds like Acacia.
Can we compare 4, 6, 9, and 4, 7, 9?
Mm-hmm. 469 is the seeker.
Yeah. And then I would be, I think, a 9, either a 946 or a 964. And they would also have like just great titles.
The avoider, intuitive, inquisitive, but highly anxious, will seek to deflect attention while wanting to stand out as an individual. That very much sounds like you.
Yeah.
Also, 964, the indecisive, avoid conflict by not seeking or expressing opinion, plagued by indecision, try to ignore conflict and hope it will go away. We don't really have any conflict around here,
No.
you know?
And I don't really have a problem expressing my opinion. Right? Like
No, you don't. But you question it like you just did.
Yeah, I do question it.
974 is the self-doubter 9, which says combines aesthetics with feelings of valuelessness, helpful, fun, but withdrawing, fear, rejection from displays of negativity. Or the nostalgicist, depth, beauty, and harmonic resonance balanced against bittersweet feelings and melancholy, gentle, nostalgic. I don't see you as very nostalgic.
No, I'm not nostalgic.
But I think maybe it's the avoider
Avoider.
sounds the most like you.
Yeah.
Intuitive, inquisitive, but highly anxious. Will seek to deflect attention while wanting to stand out as an individual.
Yeah,
that sounds
is me.
exactly like you.
Yeah.
You know, I never really. I think you told me you were a 7.
Yeah.
I never really thought about it very much.
I never really thought about 6 ever until comparing like high tense moments or with future plannings that you're much more I don't know, I worry more. It's a little sad to like think about because like I don't know why. I don't know why.
Well, it's because you want to avoid explaining why it's sad.
I do. I avoid everything too. I avoid my responsibilities.
But you know, actually, you're kind of more reliable than I am in terms of those things. You do the laundry, you do the dishes and stuff regularly. I'm supposed to vacuum. I rarely do it. That's something I was thinking I might do today on stream is do a little vacuuming.
That's definitely my 4 slot SE like acting in there. Like it makes me feel good to like get some stuff done. Like I really want to go through my closet and donate some stuff, or maybe go to a consignment store. 6s are reactive types. I mean, I tend to worry. Like that's my reaction is to like be like, do I have the? First of all, is it? Are my worries warranted?
6 is like basically it's withdrawing from fear, whereas 7 is avoiding it. 5 is confronting it. Withdrawing from fear is like, okay, well, I can rely on what I already have and what I already know. This scary thing is like this previous scary thing. In some ways, I can reference my past experience. Whatever it is, I'm well defended here or whatever. I'm not going to learn more about it. I'm going to focus more on my existing defenses and assume they're generally applicable enough. Let's put this. But you know what? Look. Also remember, I am not somebody who defends Enneagram, right? Like, I'm not interested in arguing about it at all. I don't have any clear advocacies about it. I think it's interesting. I think it's part of a whole of a larger the largest understanding of personality includes Enneagram, but I view it as just a taxonomy of default FI strategies. So it's like something that only makes sense underneath the frame of cognitive functions. I also think people put way too much credit to an Enneagram types for certain kinds of things. Like, oh, the reason you're blah, blah, blah is because you're type. Yeah, probably had nothing to do with that. Unless you're talking about something very specific. So I'm not going to be Captain Enneagram advocate, you know. All right, I came in here. I put that trash into the trash can for that new trash bag there. I think I'm gonna take out the rest of the trashes here. Let me get this one. So for me, SE, as I've said many times in the past, your 8 slot function works in service of your 1st slot function. So when do I do things like this? When I'm live streaming, I want stuff for the live stream, right? It's in service of it's easy for me to get things done when I'm talking to an audience about it. Like, And this is how you take out the trash. Even though it's ridiculous, everybody already knows how to take out the trash. Yeah, I agree Elaine's in the ENFJ. Alright, now let me get Rachel's trash.
Oh, it's ready.
Rachel's trash. I am gonna get it.
I love you.
I love you too, darling. Like, Rachel likes a lot of reassurance that
Yeah.
I love her, we're fine, there's no problems between us. Like, what problems could there possibly be? No, it doesn't annoy me. It's fine. I believe I told you early on in the relationship. I'm happy to provide as much reassurance as you need and want,
Oh,
I'm
I
not-
love it.
I'm not
That's why I
worried
feel
about-
so secure in this relationship.
I'm not worried about reassuring you all you want because there's nothing to not reassure you about.
Yeah, you make me believe that your words, right? Like you say that you love me, adore me, and enjoy being with me. And when I have any doubts or need some reassurance on it, because it's true, you don't have any problems telling me that.
Right. And what are you asking for? You're just asking for words. I got all the words you want.
Yeah,
I got all the words you
do.
want and more.
you do.
Words I have an abundance of. I'm not worried about giving you some words that are true. I have no problem saying true words. Let's smoke some weed, my friend, says Peter Griffin. Griffith. No, Griffin. Peter Griffin. Well, that's not a bad idea. I'm going to say yes, let's do that. Well, sucky to you too, Rob. Nay, Hydroner. It's an interesting greeting you have there. Is it like Moshi Moshi? All right, cheers. Well,
Hi, Capito.
I got killed there by cloggage, unfortunately. Let me see if I can. Oh, I need to put new trash bags in the trash cans. I forget it. You cloggy son of a bee.
He does have a poker.
I do have a poker, but it's like you kind of wish that you don't have to poke it every single time,
Yeah, really.
right? You could maybe pull a couple of long rips in a row without getting clogged. That would be nice.
Yeah.
This room seems off today, somehow. Not the usual flow. You mean
Really?
the chat room? I mean the chatters? Well, it's just whatever it is. It runs the gamut of things. Nowadays, we're getting a fair number of new faces coming through. Obviously, the dynamics around here have changed somewhat. That's to be expected. But maybe you're talking about the fact that I am sick. It's true that I am sick. How many donuts do I have left? 11. I haven't been in a very eaty mood today. All right. It's time to put in the trash cans. Thanks, Simple Girl. I'm not a very good cook. What I made here today, corned beef, is very easy. I just put it in the crock pot, the different ingredients, and turn it on. Oops, I stepped on that light. Alright, first trash can. The cats really dislike that. Both cats don't like it when I shake out these bags. One said he's made you aren't using the right trash bag brand or color or some shit. Oh. He said he's jealous. He's not mad. Once function theory explodes and you become wealthy, you have a minion to clean your lawn for you. I'm quite confident that cognitive function will not get me rich. There. Now I got an extra trash bag for some reason. Oops, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Makes me wonder what other trash could I take out and replace with this trash bag? And what Sleazy Juan is here to help you understand. That's why he's here. I've come up with the perfect option as far as trash cans that probably could use to have you taken out and replaced with a new trash bag. And that perfect option is the kitty litter trash. You don't ever want to let the kitty litter trash get too full because it's super gross and it's heavy. So always get that, but it's still just partially filled up. Okay. Now we got nice clean litter there for the cats. We're going to take this out. Like this. Okay. Now we're going to replace it with this bag here. Come on. There. Yeah. We'll take this bag and put it in the trash can over here. My pants are falling down. Fortunately, the camera's falling the other direction. Okay, now, observe. Just like that. That's how you do it. That's how you put trash in the trash can. All right. We're going to come back here. We're going to get this trash that I said should have already thrown away in the last trash can. Put it in this trash can. We're going to push this button here, which closes the garage door. Hold on, I gotta take this phone call. Sorry about that. I had to take that phone call. That was Jeffrey. He wanted to know what to do about this commencement speech thing. Like, his school selected him randomly, I guess, to be potentially a commencement speaker. And he wanted my advice about what to speak about and or or what to do about it. I suggested he turn it down. I gave him an idea for what to possibly talk about, but the problem here is you're going to have to say nice things about your school. You probably don't really feel at all because you've had a kind of a bullshit school experience in at least several ways, you know? I pissed off his mom earlier. Because, you know, he called me to complain about how Jeffrey's not getting into the colleges he wants to get into, etc. But she hasn't gotten back. They haven't heard back from all of the colleges. So my point is, you know, just wait until they'll come back. And then we got into an argument because she's like, well, I think what the problem is this. And I said, well, I think the problem is probably you didn't listen to me about the essays. And then we got into a big argument. Not a big argument, but she was mad at me. She's like, well, what do you think I should do about this? I said, well, you didn't listen to me before when I told you what to do with the college essays. Why would you listen to me now? She's like, fine. I won't ask you then. And hung up on me. So I felt bad about that, kind of. I felt kind of like, Charleston Whitey, are you talking to me about Rachel? Ew. No. If I have a crystal ball and can tell the future, I'll send you $10,000. Well, nevertheless, around here it can be somewhat arbitrary sometimes. You know, depends on if you annoy me or not. Sometimes I'm more in the mood to play around with certain kinds of things than other times. Other kinds of things I'm less inclined to play around with. There's not like there's some clear yeah of it. Hearing Lou say that about the squirrels makes me want to put up some cutlets, even though it's really too late in the day to put cutlets up. But yeah, I can still enjoy them in the morning. I don't know if we're going to get anybody come out to eat them if I put cutlets right now. It's pretty late. Hi, Capio. We also have a cat here. I'll probably scare away the woodland friends as well. Okay, I think I'll hold off putting cutlets. I'll put them in the morning when we can all watch the woodland friends enjoy them. And instead of having this health tube, since I'm sick, I'm trying to be a little less smoky than I normally am, maybe. Instead of having this health tube, I think let's do something that has some general utility for my well-being. That is, let's eat something other than just salad. So, what am I going to eat? You know what? I know what I'm going to eat. I know what I'm going to eat. That sounds more like seeing the present than the future. Padawan rangefinder. No, because the corned beef's not even close to ready yet. But what I have here are the ingredients for and the will to make. After all this time, I think Rachel and I will both enjoy them. You will enjoy learning the truth about them and how to make them. Bye, Lou. Have a good evening. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Eric's famous tuna mounts. If you've been around the channel at all, you may have heard me talk about these sandwiches before. But you've never seen me make them. Today is the day. Today is the day for Eric's famous tuna melt sandwiches. And you, lucky people, all get to bear witness to how these are made. I'm going to start over here with the sink, and then I'll turn for the pan, okay? First, let me get some ingredients. I'm going to get all of the ingredients I need. I'm going to drop some of them. So you can see just how easy this really is. We got your cheddar, we got your ketchup, we got your butter, we got your bread. Last but not least, we've got your chunk white tuna. Okay. Now, we got a new one of these can openers, which is convenient. I'm going to do this over the sink. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do, actually. No, I'm not going to bother. I was thinking about saving the tuna juice for the cats, but I'm not going to bother. Okay, so you're just going to squeeze the tuna like this, okay? Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze all the juice out, squeeze it all out. Squeeze all the juice out, squeeze it all out. You want to make sure you squeeze all of the juice out. I didn't quite finish opening this can all the way, so I'm having a little bit of a problem here. There. There. Okay, now that I've fixed it in all the way, I can get it out. I still didn't quite get it all the way. Alright. I think I pushed most of the juice out. Squeeze any last bits of juice out. Alright, now that you've got all the juice out of it, you can put this into the pan. There. Get that like that. Alright, now take this, throw it away. Then repeat the process with can number 2. Okay. Now squeeze all the juice out. Squeeze all the juice out. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze all the juice out with your knees. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Squeeze all the juice out, please. You gotta squeeze all the juice out. Every last bit of it. Squeeze all the juice out. Please, please, please. Give that juice. Let's squeeze with your knees. Squeeze all the juice out. Please, please, please. You gotta squeeze that juice out now. And now that you're squeezing the juice out, put this over here. All right. Now, you're gonna give it a little squirty squirt around here to wash that tuna down there. Okay. Now that you've given it a little squirty, you are going to get some of this butter. And maybe about this much butter. That's how much you need. This, oh, you can't see. This much butter is how much you need. Put that down over here. Now, you're going to get one of these wooden spoons. Rather than dirtying a new wooden spoon, I'm going to just wash off the one I used for the rice. And while it's in here, I'll put these back. And there we go. Okay, now, what we have is some tuna and some butter in this pan. Just kind of heat it up. Get that butter all around. We're going to get this frying up a bit with this butter. Just like meow. Okay. That's starting to fry up nicely. And now what we're going to do is we're going to get this shredded cheddar cheese. And we're going to sprinkle a good amount of that on there. You know what song I've had in my head, Rachel? It keeps popping into my head. It's oh
my gosh, that literally just in my head.
Alright, now we're getting more like the consistency we want. Okay, but I think we're going to need to add a little more cheese. Alright, adding a little more cheese because it needed a little more cheese. Okay. Now, the next thing you add is a little bit of ketchup. Like that. And you mix this all around. Just like that. Okay. Now it's time to take this, mix it all around. Now it's time to take this off of the fire for a second. You can just turn off the fire, of course, instead of being done. Alright, now we're going to need some breads. So we'll get a couple of breads out. In fact, we're going to need 4 breads. 1, 2, 3, 4 breads. Come on, bread number 4. We're making 2 sandwiches. In fact, let me get these 4 breads down here that are a little bit bigger breads. 1, 2, 3, 4 breads. Okay, here we go. We've got 4 breads in the pan. What are we going to do? We put 2 breads down like that. What are we going to do? We put the other breads that we aren't using back inside the bag. We spin the bag and close it up. Alright, now, what we're going to do is we're going to scoop some of this onto this bread here. Like so. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. I'm going to put the other bread like this. Then we'll repeat with these other two breads. Okay. Scoop up this stuff, put it onto here. Just like that. Okay. All right, now, you guys even see properly? Yeah, you can see pretty well. Okay, now what we're going to do as the finishing touch here, we're going to scoot these over for a second. We're going to get another chunk of butter, about, yay big. Oops. It's fine. Okay, there. We'll put that butter in there. Turn this on like now. And then we'll get this spoon that we foolishly put in the sink. And we'll push it around. Just push it around. Right, now, when this butter starts going, you're going to put one of the sandwiches down on the butter. You make another butter spot for the other one. Right, that's a good butter spot for that one. And then we're just going to let those fry on that side for a little while. Move this butter around to fill in this area here. Let it go a little while longer. Okay. Let me do this. All right, looking good. I'm gonna get that stuff off of there. That's what you want it to look like, but without this stuff on it. Okay, now. Move some of this butter over here and do this side. Now, I'll turn this one over. Get that stuff off. And then try to find a little bit more butter to put it on. Right there, there we go. And we're going to be done just about a minute or two here. So I'm going to get our paper plates. For our sandwiches. And you know what? Good enough. All right. That part's done. We are on our way to a couple of very delicious tuna melt sandwiches. But we need to do one other thing before we serve them. And that is cut them diagonally. I'm trying not to show them. I keep pulling out my pants for God's sake. Alright, we got 2 sandwiches here. I also want to serve some chips with these. Let's serve some of these chips. We'll serve some chips with those. Here like that. I don't want to look for the clip right now, so I'll just tuck that in there like that. That'll work fine. These things go in the trash. Let me put these in the trash. This can go right here. This goes in the freezer. Trash. Freezer. Fridge. Okay, I need this ketchup though, because we probably want more ketchup on it. If we're,
they say he has
I do have gyat, it's true. Okay, so I'm not trying to be titillating, I'm just making a tuna melt sandwich. You're supposed to be paying attention to my wonderful recipe. I will serve now.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. I've heard so much about these tuna melts.
Get out, kitty.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Mmm.
I'll get us some napkins too. Oops. You might want to put more ketchup on it in case you do ketchup's here.
Okay, where do you put the ketchup?
I mean, like on the piece of, I don't know, like a part of the sandwich you're gonna bite, you know?
Okay.
Put a piece of ketchup.
Like right in here?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, I like ketchup.
I mean, let's say take a bite without first and see. It has ketchup in it.
Oh,
so.
it does?
Yeah.
Mmm. That was so good.
Try it. Normally, I just cannot eat tuna sandwiches very much. I don't like the way other people make them. But like this, they're delicious.
It's so good. I've never had it like this before.
Mm. So anyway, this is how I make tuna fish sandwiches.
That's delicious. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. There's no mayonnaise in it, and there's no tuna juice in it. That's what makes it gross, is the tuna juice and the mayonnaise. This is my wife,
I'm his
Rachel.
wife, yeah. I'm 39.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm his great granddaughter.
So, you know, I invented this technique of making tuna fish sandwiches.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
What inspired you?
I don't really remember. I think I just tried to get rid of all the things I didn't like about tuna sandwiches.
You did.
Can barely take any tuna at all, right?
Yeah, no.
Trouble's definitely interesting. Here you go, Mr. Man. Try some. Here.
Sure, he likes tuna.
So basically, I think the big mistake that people make with tuna is called mayonnaise.
Mayo.
People like to put mayonnaise in their tuna for some reason. I think that just makes it gross.
I like it with vinegar. But it does have mayo in it. Like every once in a while I can go for one from Subway. Like I don't know why.
A lot of people like it. Personally, I don't like it. So, if you know somebody who says, I don't like tuna fish sandwiches, try making this for them and see if they like it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm really glad I got a chance to make these sandwiches after talking to you about them so much.
Me too. I'm so glad. I didn't even know we had tuna fish.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for making them.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe I put more ketchup on than you want to put on yours. I like a lot of ketchup,
Mm-hmm.
but
Me too. I like it too.
I could totally understand putting less ketchup on it. That's fine the way it is without any added ketchup. Or you can eat it without any added ketchup and it's still delicious, but it's better, I think, with more ketchup. Hi, Krabby Patty. Not much is up. You know, this guy.
Oh, gross, sleazy one. That sounds so nasty.
I very rarely do fish myself. I'm not a fish person, but I think Rachel will tell you this does not taste like fish at all.
No.
Well, then what you said earlier makes perfectly good sense. You're possibly ISFJ, but possibly INTP. Dinner sounds pretty good.
Good.
Oh, good. Okay, I was confused, Travis Patty. Wow. I'm not going to kick that bed out of dinner for eating crackers.
No.
You want me to help you up, darling? Are you going somewhere? Or you have to catch it?
Yeah. Thank you.
When did you learn about this stuff, Padawan Range Bender? Is it recently? You seem to have picked up on it pretty quick. According to... Oh, that's right. I need to bring the plant inside. According to the weather, it's going to get down to 35 degrees tonight. The aloe vera does not love it when it's that cold outside. I'm going to bring it in. Make sure it stays safe and warm in the comfort of the garage. Oh, little aloe vera plant, don't worry, I won't leave you out in the cold this time. I learned my lesson. You can see the discoloration on it. I left it out in the cold for a while. It didn't like it at all. It needs to be watered. Well, you know, if ifs and buts were candies and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas. Here we go. I got some water right here. Put you down there. And I will yeah you with this water. Enjoy. Enjoy the delicious flavor of water. There. I guess while I'm here, I'll have a help you. You guys keep an eye on the owl and make sure it doesn't go anywhere. I hated the conditional logic stuff the most. Wanted to make me punch Eric in the nose. And kick in the groin. Oh, come on, Boba Fett. At least say or. At least make it a disjunction instead of conjunction. What is it like not having an intuition function in your top two? Well, I mean, I think people are a lot more engaged with the concrete world in productive and measurable ways, by and large. You know, it's like I'm an intuition dominant, but I don't feel like it's anything particularly special. It's good for this, you know. As an activity, this is perfectly suited for me. I can talk indefinitely responding to various things that people say in the chat, even if the chat's like not really popping. I can just kind of meander, or I can do a chore, you know, explain to you what I'm doing. Anything that serves my ability to talk, because I'm a talking dominant person. There are plenty of people in the world who say talk is cheap. That it doesn't really serve any purpose. That who cares about words, etc. Plenty of people in the world feel that way. President Trump said talk is cheap. Well, I gotta say, that tuna, which I haven't made in years, by the way. It's been years since I made that sandwich. I used to make that sandwich when I lived in Temple City. That was an absolute triumph. Completely delicious. Exactly what a tuna melt should be. So, yeah, take that one to the bank and buy yourself some biscuits because that's a good recipe. You know what? I've got another good recipe that I'm going to make for everybody one day. It's called double cheese goodness. I'll have to get the ingredients for it. It's a cheap meal you can make with just ingredients out of cans. Well, except for cheese. You need two kinds of cheese. That part's not necessarily so inexpensive, but all the other, and you need rice. You have to make rice, and you need cheese. But everything else comes in cans. Can of pork and beans, can of corn, can of stewed tomatoes. You need some soy sauce as well. Anyway, it comes out. It's a casserole basically. It's basically like it's fusion cuisine. Okay, double cheese goodness is fusion cuisine. But it comes out as this casserole dish, and then you eat it with paste pecani sauce on top of it. Now, in the ideal world, it's even best to eat it cold. So I mean, you can eat it hot, it's fine, but it's better to eat it cold. When it's cold, it forms nice, firm squares of food. This is kind of the origin of Food Cube, actually. Because if you cut it the right size, you can get yourself a fairly cube-shaped piece of food. Put some paste pecani sauce on that, eat it with a fork. Great. You could even eat it with your hands. Might get paste pecani sauce on you if you do it that way. It's perfect college food. I made it a lot in college. Double cheese goodness. I invented the recipe. I cooked it. You put it in the fridge. Anytime you're hungry, you can have a cube of food. It's fine. It's great. Anyway, I think you'll be surprised. If I were to just tell you all the ingredients in double cheese goodness, you'd say, that sounds disgusting. But the ingredients are rice, a can of pork and beans, a can of corn, a can of stewed tomatoes, and then after you cook the rice obviously first. Then you stir fry all that together with a bunch of soy sauce and teriyaki sauce. And then once it's all stir fried, you put it in a casserole dish and you make it flat in the casserole dish. Push it all around the casserole dish, And then you put your 2 kinds of cheese on top. Then you bake it for like 20 minutes, it's like 375 or so. And then it comes out and it's done. You might say, this doesn't sound very good, Eric. It's actually quite delicious. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised when I make it and you go, oh, that's so delicious. If you make it. You won't be able to tell how delicious it is just by looking at me eating it. But I am not a vegan now. Rachel's bipolar. Oh my God, I'm so offended. I'm just kidding. I mean, she is bipolar, but
Yeah.
I'm not offended. So, I will make, next time I cook, I will try to make double cheese goodness. I'm going to have to get some ingredients to do that. I need to get a can of pork and beans, can of corn niblets. You got to squeeze all the juice out of the corn, and you got to squeeze all the juice out of the tomatoes too. Squeezing the juice out of things is generally an important step in any cooking process. I think not everybody does that. If you're lazy and you're cooking at the restaurant and you're making a tuna fish sandwich, you maybe don't even bother squeezing any of the juice out of the tuna fish. And that's why your tuna fish sandwich sucks, in part. Your liberal use of mayonnaise also explains it. FP then Q. All right then P. All right then Q. Oh, it was a typology joke. Ni-polar, SI-polar, bipolar. Except those polars are spelled P-O-L-R.
Yeah,
It stands for place of least resistance.
I like that.
Please listen to the words that I say, says Brothers Team. Okay, I will listen to the words that you say. Legally, you're allowed to unalive 2 dolphins for 6 cans of tuna. All right, Brothers Team, I will listen to the words that you say. Say your words. I am listening with both of my eyes. I remember you. I will remember you. Is that a command or a question? I don't remember you, but I will, Brothers Team. I will remember you with my remembering bone. I'm still sick. Yes, I am still sick. I'm still sick. Yes, I am still sick. And I'm keeping my baby.
Hi, Big Legs 007.
If I have a P, then I have a Q. And if I have a Q, then I have an R. Therefore, we conclude that if I have a P, I have an R. I live in California. The great state of California, the Golden State, is sometimes called. And I live in wonderful Mariposa County, which kind of leans a little differently than a lot of the states. Can I tell a joke? Well, sure. I'll tell my Helen Keller joke. What do you call Helen Keller juggling 6 dead babies? Impressive. Quantifiers? Well, quantification theory and conditional logic, it just adds 2 rules, I think. Maybe 3. But there's instantiation and existentiality. Those are the only 2 things that it adds. Instantiation means you can say some, right? If there's one instance of something, you can say some of those things. And you can write like there exists a set of meow in which every instance of meow is meow. I don't remember it all exactly. It's been a long time since I've done quantification theory. It's past conditional logic. 3 rules. Okay, yeah, 3 rules. Substantiation, instantiation, and existentiality. Yes, I can do the gritty. I do the gritty. Just like this. I do the gritty. With my fist. I make a rose. And a column too. I do the gritty. How about you? Basketball cinema, you do not get to determine whether I do more drugs tonight or not. How many P's would you have if Q's would Q Q's? How many Q's could PQQ if a PQ could Q Q's? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, gummy bears are chasing me. One is red, one is blue, is trying to steal all my shoes. Now I'm running for my life because the red one has a knife. That's wonderful, Brothers
I've never
Team.
heard that.
I like your poem. Is that your poem? I like it.
I like it too.
You're a good poem maker. Sir, this is a kids only stream. No drugs. I agree. We don't do any drugs at all on camera here. Okay? Because that is against the rules. And to be honest, I did say when it asked me when I started the stream, is this stream made for kids? I said no. I said no. N-O, no. So, deal with it. I didn't say, yes, this is for kids. Regardless, I don't do any drugs on camera. Except when I forget to not do them on camera. You're already clogged. I haven't even begun to do anything and you're already clogged. I, a YouTuber. Well, good for you. I am as well. I'm also a YouTuber. Basketball cinemas. That's not true. You're telling a fib. A fibular lie. There. That's better. YouTuber who? YouTuber me. Me and Rachel. We're talking with famous people.
Yeah.
I'm Eric. She's Rachel. You know, talking with famous people.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And you got other famous people too.
What have you been living under a rock? God.
Wow.
Talking with famous people was like huge. Eric, Blue Elvis. Hello. How are you? What's going on and how do you do? So I was thinking about maybe doing a little vacuuming actually. What do you think? What do you guys think? Do you think you want to? I listen to the words you say. Do I remember you? Well, somewhat. I remember you say better than the Pleistocene age, which I don't remember at all. Let's turn off some lights here, save some electricity. Let's make Dad proud of me by saving electricity. And then you're going to be like, "What's too dark in here? I'm scared." Because you're so easily scared of the dark. That's why. Okay, let's do some vacuuming. One thing I like about vacuuming is that I have such a great vacuum. Let me just show you how great my vacuum is. I'm going to take out this super long tube, okay? You say, "Eric, that tube, it's too long." Shut your mouth, child. This tube's not too long. All right, now look at this. What am I gonna do? Well, all I have is a tube. Well, how can I possibly vacuum, you might say, if you don't already know the answer. How could you vacuum, Eric? You just have a tube. Let me show you. I'm going to plug this tube into this wall here, just like that, into the hole. And then I'm going to untangle this a bit. Okay. Let me keep this off to start. And then we're going to vacuum. Because I have what's called a whole house vacuum. And what that means is the vacuum cleaner is in the garage, and it has holes in the house that you plug it into, and it sucks it into the garage. Isn't that neat? I love it. And it's so easy to empty, you know? You just go in the garage, open the bottom thing, empty it out, and you're done. And you put it in a trash can, it's right there for the kitty litter anyway. It's super TV convenient. It's got various attachments too. But I like to use it like this a lot of the time, but like for something like this, it's good to vacuum like this, you know? Alright. We're really vacuuming up a storm tonight. As you can see, getting a lot of chores done. Feeling pretty good about things. I've got this one cat who sheds like a full cat's worth of hair every day. So naturally, I've got a lot of hair to vacuum up. Unfortunately with these sweatpants, one of the strings, I only have one end of the string, so I can't tie it. The other end of the string went inside the pants, you know? Okay. We're doing a good job. We're getting some stuff vacuumed. We're winning some kind of a prize. Only nobody knows what kind of prize it is. And also, nobody knows why they don't know what kind of prize it is. Which really makes it difficult to resolve. Okay, Fussy. Don't be so twisty. Oh. There we go. It was a little twisty, but I think I fixed it up. By dropping it. There we go, vacuum up all this stuff here. Hairs, other things. Hair in the foyer, it's always dirty. Because obviously, walk in and out of here a lot. Alright, so as you can see, This tube is actually just the right length, such that if I plug it in over there, it can get the master bedroom, the hallway, the bathroom here, the dining room, and the foyer. You can get all of that with this length tube. It's like perfectly lengthened for that purpose. So, you know, we put a lot of thought into how to make this whole house. Everything about it is like that. It's crazy. And then I can get the living room and the kitchen from the living room hole. And I can get the upstairs from the upstairs hole. Alright, let's take a break. That's pretty good door tuning for a sick Friday.
It is. You did a great job.
Yeah. We got powerful suctioning powers both in our toilets and in our vacuum. We are full of the power of suction. Well, that's good that I got some vacuuming done. I keep walking by like little corners full of cat hair in the hall and going, tisk, 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 Eric. So at least that hallway won't make me tisk for a little while. I really need to mop the floors too, though.
Oh, yeah. That hasn't been done in a while. I have to do the sheets.
Well, you hurt yourself. I'll do the laundry. It's fine. It's no big deal. I can start something right now. In fact, I have dirty clothes to wash anyway. Yeah. Bruh, says Big Viv. You know, I like doing chores on stream. Streaming and doing chores empowers me to do chores and makes streaming just even more easy and natural, especially when there's not a lot of super super fast action in the chat going on, you know?
I like that.
And sometimes after a while people show up and it becomes more action packed, and sometimes not, and, you know.
Oh, thanks, Simple Girl. I do have such a great husband. He is such a such a guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't care. It's not a big deal. Like, there's not much more to do, really. My favorite Weird Al song? I don't really have a favorite Weird Al song. But thank you, Civil Girl. I appreciate you saying that. Go to sleep says hello. I like your name. I like how it commands me to go to sleep.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of John Cena. That might be not a popular vote, but I don't know, like he's very curated. But I guess a lot of wrestlers are.
All right, so I'm gonna chill here for a second. I want to get a beverage, but I think what I want is, well, I'd like to find what I did with my grapefruit juice.
Oh.
I must have left it somewhere.
That's so weird.
I must have left it somewhere.
Did you take it in the garage?
I don't know. I must have left it somewhere. Yes, I think I did. I must have left it somewhere is one of my favorite sentences, apparently. It's one of the sentences I say more than any other sentence in life. Where is my thing? I must have left it somewhere. Even that. Brilliant. Right? How easy would it have been? How easy would it have been for them to go, let's put this hole in the corner. Instead, it doesn't get in the way of the door. How great is that? I would have probably just put it in the corner myself. I would not have even thought about that. That's the kind of TE shit that impresses me, you know? It's like, wow. Whoever designed this place was really, really smart. Did a really great job. So many little details like that in this house just, they make me want to cry. I'm so grateful to be here. Well, I found my grapefruit juice. While I'm here, might as well have a health tube, you know. Part of one. Probably just have a few puffs off of it and then go back inside, maybe do some laundry. Some laundry. I'll admit, I'm no expert on doing laundry, but I've done it plenty of times before. And here's my approach. Take all my clothes, put them, dirty clothes, put them in the washing machine, put either a scoop of detergent in or a Tide Pod or whatever, and then close it and turn it on to large load or whatever. That's my strategy going in. I'll have to see exactly what the washing machine says. I've used it a couple of times since we've been here, but not that often. I did fix the dryer which I was very impressed with myself for doing. Fixed it myself for a total of like $40 in parts. And it could have been cheaper if I hadn't bought this one thing I didn't need. So, obviously I was pretty proud of myself for fixing that. Because I'm not a very fixity guy, really. But a lot of things that you think are intimidating, when you actually look up how to do it, it's not that hard to fix. That's what it boils down to. Obviously, I'm intimidated by electrical stuff, but what are you going to do? I have some stuff I need to do with the lamps, I could turn off the power. See how that goes, Turn off the power to the upstairs bedrooms. I want to take down these horrible fan fixtures we have and just replace them with regular lights. And if somebody really wants a fan on in there, well, we can put a fan, like a stand-up fan in there, or a fan on a shelf or something. I know the blue room probably gets hot in the afternoon because it probably gets a fair amount of afternoon sunshine. But, I don't know. Those light fixtures are just so dumb and ugly. I don't like them. Same with the living room light fixture. I don't like it. It's dumb and ugly. I'm not sure how much more vacuuming I have in me, really, but I'm going to bring the tube over here now. Plug it into the hole over here. So if I feel so inspired, let's put it near the hole. If I feel so inspired, I can do a little more vacuuming. Bob UFO can fix anything. Vote red, vote red, vote red. Okay, not sure what that means, but you mean like vote for the communists? Well, Bob UFO, can you fix one of these? A trash compactor? I don't know what's wrong with our trash compactor, but oh wait, hold on, maybe it works after all. Oops, my bad. Hey Rachel.
Yeah.
It appears that our trash compactor actually does work.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I guess
We
maybe I
should
was.
try to use this sometime.
Maybe I should just push. I was just pushing the wrong button. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I love you so much.
But listen, we do have something that definitely is broken. Okay, I'll show it to you. We've lived here for more than a year. I can be convinced that thing is broken. And then I just was pushing the wrong button. Okay, this thing is broken for sure, though. This is called Instant Hot. Stop that. Oh shit, this thing's broken. I need a new tripod. This is supposed to put out hot water. Right? Like instantly hot water. But this water is not hot. It's not instantly hot. And I don't think it's getting any warmer. And it attaches down here to this thing. I'll have to get the phone off of this to show you. That thing is turned up to hot, but it doesn't seem to be working. I don't know why not. Looks hard to fix, huh? But I'm glad I learned tonight that my trash compactor works. That's kind of fun. We'll have to get trash compactor bags and try it out. You gotta go into that thing. The part that mixes the cold and hot water is definitely broken. I mean, I think it heats it inside of that thing, right? So it doesn't have to wait for hot water from the hot water heater. Let's see, you gotta push on this bottom thing. I don't know. See if I can open this thing up. I don't know why I won't open it now. There. This is what it looks like inside. Okay, phone, stop freaking out every time I tilt the phone in the angle. And then I have it on off right now. It's got on and start. So I guess yeah, it's a trash compactor. The Whirlpool Gold Sound Conditioned Trash Compactor. I've never had a trash compactor before, obviously. They got matching Whirlpool Gold Quiet Partner dishwasher and Whirlpool regular oven, not gold. So we just had to get the regular oven, I guess. What kind of laundry things do we have? Are they also Whirlpool?
I don't know.
Let me go look. One thing that I feel very blessed about, so to speak, is that, I mean, actually, they're not pointless for me because trash service up here is expensive. And we're going to be dealing with not just our own trash, but trash from the vacation rental, you know. So it actually makes sense for us to compact our trash. It used to be there was no trash service up here. People had to take their trash to the dump themselves. That's why they have a trash compactor. Okay, so this tilt lock thing is pretty much broken. Seems like. Yeah, so I'm limited in the tilts I can do. So, yes, these are also Whirlpool Gold. But the reason we are so blessed, why? Top loading washing machine. Okay. These fucking people. This shelf does not belong here. Okay, I'm sorry. That's why there are these things right here. Alright? It's the people we bought the house from that put this shelf in. I guarantee you. It's also like gets in the way of tall things in the sink here. It's just dumb. Everything dumb in this house I know was put here by the people who lived here before us, not the people who built the house. Alright. Let me try to pull this out. Oh, look at that. Ooh, Rachel.
What?
When is the last time you pulled out this thing?
There's a chance that I forgot it twice without it. Sorry.
That's okay. There's a lot of lint in there, huh? Alright. Now let's fill up the washing machine with some clothes and stuff. We get everything from in here first. We got some shirts, some towels, some socks. We got some pants. This is a dress or something. Hey, can I put this white dress in with the rest of the stuff?
No, don't.
Okay, I'll put this back.
Thank you.
So, I don't want to, mess up Rachel's clothes. Sometimes girl clothes have special requirements for washing them, I generally just try to buy clothes that you can all wash in the same washing. Well, I don't really buy any clothes, but I guess I treat my clothes as though they were done, regardless of whether they are. This thing. Well, that's annoying. I have to get a new tripod. That's going to be on the top of the list of things to do. All right. So, here's my clothes from the bedroom. I've got this shirt, and this shirt, and the socks, some bone huggers, a couple of pairs of jeans. Should probably check the pockets of the jeans, just to be safe. Yeah. There's a bottle cap. You don't need to wash that bottle cap. Alright. Throw that away in the trash. Now. Tide. How much did we put in? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? I'm going to say 4. Alright, well, we ended up with more like 5. That's fine. Seems like a pretty full load of laundry. We'll put that. See what I'm saying about this dumbass shelf? I guarantee you this is put out in there by the dumbass anti-polar people. Let's see. How about heavy? Heavy seems good. hot cold instead of cold cold. I don't know why you'd wash it cold cold. Maybe Rachel has clothes that require cold cold, I guess. Special clothes. I always go hot cold. I call it old reliable.
Golden for colors.
Cold for colors?
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe I should put it on cold.
I would, just in case you have any shirts or anything that they might shrink.
All right, well, Rachel says I was wrong about hot cold being like Bart Simpson's rock and rock, paper, scissors. He's like, nothing beats rock. I always thought nothing beat hot cold. But Rachel's saying, no, actually, Eric, nothing beats cold cold for colors. So fine, let's get a little cold cold going on. Bye, Big Viv. I speak a little English, yeah, a little bit. A little bit of English here and there. A spattering of English. I can get by in England for a few minutes. Yeah, women's clothes are complicated to wash. You don't want to. Like, Rachel has a drying rack. Even though we have a dryer, which is designed to dry things, not everything goes in the dryer.
No, not everything does.
Some things you have to put on the drying rack.
Yeah, and actually, like a thing that specifically made me like be interested in a drying rack, because the house originally came with one, and I broke it by accident. But jeans are not supposed to be
Dried in the dryer?
yeah, dried and dry, because there's some fabrics that like it has like a rayon or like some sort of stretchy material, and it can melt those like polymers.
Well, I will put your jeans on the drying thing. But I'm putting my jeans in the dryer.
Yeah, yours are fine. Because yours have been fine. Yeah, some clothes do shrink too.
Washing down. Well, top loading washing machines are a wonderful, wonderful thing. Front loading washing machines are horrible. Ben cheese crackers, yes, I am your grandfather. That makes you my grandson. Congratulations. We're related. You're Delilah's child. Delilah does have a child she didn't know about, apparently. Which is pretty impressive, you know.
That's a big
For a woman.
yeah.
To have a child she doesn't know about.
Yeah, really. Must have been an easy pregnancy or birthing process.
I agree, Eric. They start thinking. If you don't wash your clothes, yeah, that's true. I personally, my body is thinking right now. Because I haven't taken a shower in a while. When I thought we had a septic problem, I was like, nobody use any water to Rachel. Meaning she and me. But now it turns out we don't have a septic problem. But now I'm riding the momentum of not showering. So.
Well, you are sick too, you know. I know that some people, like I know for myself, after a long like stretch of being sick, say like 4 days, like all I want to do is take a shower because you smell so much. But when you're like in the thick of being sick, I don't know. It's just not on my like top things of doing when I'm sick.
Yeah. Yeah, simple girl. Exactly. The front loader starts stinking.
It does.
Exactly. The top loaders are sensible, sane, and logical. They use the important power of gravity to get rid of all the water. So if you want to wash your junk in the washing machine, you should use a front loader. Because Bobby Fo says the front loader is terrible, but for down there, it's better.
I wish dryers did, but I don't think they do.
Right, you are ruining a no showering streak you could brag about later. I don't desire much, though all my desires usually come true. I've earned some hardship. These were usually unwarranted, even the times I had less responsibility for the burden. Well, okay. I don't know what to say about that.
And I'm not laughing at you, Padawan. I'm laughing at Eric's reaction to that. It is great.
In a lot of places, they don't flush toilet paper out too. Thank God we don't live in one of those places where they put toilet paper in the trash can next to the toilet. It's disgusting.
I'm happy for plumbing.
I mean, I think we're both happy for this.
Yeah, we
You
are.
know, more than anything.
Of course, of course.
We're just super happy for all of the things that this place does and has and makes life easy. We can actually keep this house clean because it's so well designed to be kept clean. It's okay, Rachel. It's a 3-post saying, so you guys missed 2 parts, so that's why I get why he laughed. Oh.
Well, I think
I see.
he didn't know how to respond, too.
I don't think I'm melancholy. I cannot say half full or half empty because there is no glass, just a mostly idle spectator. My wife says I'm never down. Her dad says I'm never excited. I'm definitely FI backstack. That's one guarantee. I struggle to reminisce many highs or lows during my life, struggling to find many things I would consider good or bad. I have a blessed life, a happy life. I don't desire much, so all my desires usually come true. I've earned some hardship. These are usually warranted, even at times I had less responsibility for the burden. Oh. Yeah, well, it makes more sense as part of the larger whole, doesn't it, Padawan? Range Bender. I probably should have, indeed, read the whole thing. Then I would have understood better. You love your Dyson? I used to have a great Dyson that I loved, but I let my ex-girlfriend keep it when we broke up. We have a not top-end Dyson at the other house that they left with the house that works, but I see myself actually taking my shop vac over there to do the vacuuming. Like, if you want to maximally vacuum with a vacuum that is not a house vacuum like this, well, I like my shop vac. I think it competes well against any regular house vacuum, you know? I'm putting the catch-up back. That's what I'm doing. So it doesn't just... sit on the table forever, you know? This is so annoying. This thing is broken.
What's broken?
This twisty
yeah.
thing. It keeps going like this. I need to get a new tripod. Well, my shop vac's great. I like it a lot. It was not super expensive. It was basically the top end house vac you can get, or shop vac you can get, and much less expensive than like a Dyson or something. Um, yeah, that end wall is pretty great, huh? It's pretty fun. Yeah, when I go vacuum the other house, I'm gonna have to take the shop vac over there to vacuum. When people stay there for vacation rental, I'll have to go over in the morning the next day and I'll have to clean it up really good. You know, people care a great deal about wherever they're staying being as clean as possible. So I plan to, you know, try to make it as spotless as I can before people come in, or else they'll leave you like a bad review. You know. It's not a huge house. Not a lot of square feet for a 3-bedroom. Um, like this house is also technically a 3-bedroom, but it's got way more square feet. It doesn't have a ton. This house is like 2,100 square feet. Watching that show House Hunters on TV, some people end up getting houses like 5,000 square feet, shit like that. This house is technically a 3-bedroom, but really a 4-bedroom. So it's time to start ordering stuff we need for the other house. Some lamps, some towels, some linens. There's a list of things that Acacia and Ruben made that I need to look at still. I also have my own list of stuff that Ruben talked to me about. So that's been helpful. Apparently the septic's held out there for the week or so that they've been there. Ruben's flight's on Monday, so I guess they'll be leaving sometime Sunday night. I think when we go back inside, maybe we'll check on the corned beef. It's not very far along, obviously, but we can take a look at it anyway. Yes, there is a high season for tourists here. It has not yet started. It basically starts in April. We were hoping to get this thing done by the end of March, but we're just not going to. Well, there is a upright vacuum cleaner there at the guest house. It's a Dyson, actually. It's just not the high-end one. And it works. So we'll leave that there. People can vacuum if they want, but hopefully they... You know, I just have to see how it plays out in terms of how messy people are, how much they wreck the place, etc. I mean, we might make it by the beginning of April. I don't know if we're going to make it by April 1st. I got an appointment for the septic people to come out and fix the septic on Monday. Or to look at it. Cameron's in Los Angeles. I do have some stuff that I need to get fixed, and I'm going to call my local ISTJ to help with. And he will. I'm imagining hiring him, for example, to clean out the rain gutters for me. I could do it myself. It's a little dangerous for an old man like me to be doing. Also, I don't know when I'll get around to it. If I hire him to do it, it'll be done lickety split, I'm sure. And also to fix the rain gutters where I want them fixed a certain way so they don't jump out where they're dumping out in these dumb places. Well, thanks, Simple Girl, for saying that. I try to have words of wisdom, or at least not words of ill intent, you know. I respect the power of words. I usually try to use them responsibly. Sometimes I'm a little harsh. It's actually quite pleasant out here, just like shockingly pleasant. It must be rather chilly, I guess, but it doesn't feel very chilly. It just feels refreshing and brisk. I haven't seen the kind of poppy numbers tonight that I did maybe this morning, where in a couple of hours I had 3,000 some views. But regardless, this new growth in the channel, there's the moon behind me, if you can kind of see, has really made me just kind of excited about life in general, or maybe just coincides with the general happiness. Happy to be alive, happy to be doing the things I get to do. You know, I didn't feel that for a long time. After my parents died, I felt very what's the word I'm looking for? Deactivated. I felt very deactivated for quite some time after my parents died. With little bursts of activity, you know, getting ready for the wedding, getting ready for the Christmas stuff. But it wasn't really till after Christmas, this past Christmas, that I felt activated again. I feel extra so, just like really so now, because it's like I'm sick. I'm not even at full capacity in that regard. I'm not on any Adderall, but I still want to engage. This dumbass thing. I just stand here and hold it the whole time. Huh. That's interesting, Padawan range bender. Huh. Well, sounds like you got some stuff going on, Padawan Range Vendor. I mean, it's not as impressive as my tuna melt, but it's a pretty high bar. I think I'm going to play a song and then probably call it a wrap here on the live stream. I feel you on that, Padawan Range Bender. I also tend to procrastinate, lack follow through. Well, Kitty needs more food on his plate. Let me go give him more food. Alright, I'm gonna give you more food, but I'm not gonna say that I want you to eat it. There you go. Well, you're falling again, unsurprisingly. Thanks to the horrible meagity maggity mew. Oh. What shall I play? Well, this morning I didn't play Cloudy Day. I think I'll play that first. I don't know if Rachel's in the mood to sing or not.
I'll see.
You feel like it?
Yeah.
You want me to come over there or can you come over here?
I'm gonna go over there.
Alright, cool.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's a very cloudy day in Los Angeles. And today we hope for more time. Troubles past, struggles still to come. The day is nearly done. Can someone buy us some more time?
Cloudy day in Los Angeles. Cloudy day in LA. I'm no sort of evangelist, but I have something to say. Life can strangely be forgiving
To those who
stay awake all night, and mostly voices say to give in. They'll try to stop your will to fight. But whether I'm supposed to be here, just be seen, forgotten noise is sort of based on what I see here, and also on what I avoid.
It's a very rainy day in Los Angeles. And today we hope for more time. Troubles past,
Cloudy day in Los Angeles. Cloudy day in LA. I'm no sort of evangelist, but I have something to say. Something to say. No, we haven't played Gregory's Hungry Thighs yet. Shall we, Rachel?
Yeah.
He's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's
Gregory in disguise. He hates lies. Wants to confront the man. Always telling them. But every time he tries, they only run and hide.
Again he is denied the chance to yell at them until the bridge brings a new approach. Sneakily he'll try to encroach up on the guilty, then perhaps he'll get the chance to yell at them. He's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory
in disguise. He hates lies. Wants to confront the man. Always telling them. But every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied
the chance to yell at them because he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise.
Nice.
Great job,
Good
Rachel.
time. Great job, Eric.
Thanks for singing.
Of course.
I had a couple of songs. Yeah, it's catchy. Huh? That's what I go for in my songwriting. If people tell me that, I feel like I've succeeded. So thank you. She does have a lovely voice. Thank you, Padawan Range Bender.
Thank you.
I'm getting better over time at the rhythm guitar part of things. Wanted Man by The Cash. I don't know that song. Here's the deal with live streaming, playing songs and stuff. You just need to just be patient a little bit. Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to get a bottle of Adderall. So it's going to be all Eric all the time. I'm just going to be like, Eric, don't you ever stop streaming? And I'll say, no, I don't ever stop streaming. And I'll be playing all songs all the time. Oh, the foyer looks so much nicer now that I've vacuumed. I'm very pleased with myself for having vacuumed. Let's enjoy this liminal space. Okay? This lonely liminal space. What do you think? Adderall is yummy. It sure is. Delicious. But you know, I wasn't exactly sure what day it comes due. The bottle on it said the 16th for some reason, even though I know I got it on the 19th. But I considered calling it in, quote unquote, Luminello messaging my doctor today, but I'm sick, so I'm like, I actually don't even want it today. If there's some off chance of me getting it today, I'll just call it in on Monday. You mean a 30 milligram, Bob UFO? You mean a 30? One nice thing about the 30s, they snap right in half. I take them as 15s. You know, like I'll put one 15 between my cheek and gum, let that melt. Then I'll put the other 15 between my cheek and gum, let that melt. For maximum bioavailability. It's nice if I were to get it late in the day on Monday, let's say, or I don't know if I'll be able to get it Monday or Tuesday. It was a 29-day month last month, so who knows? But it'd be nice if I got it late in the day, didn't take it that afternoon, evening, and took it when I got up real early in the morning the next day. It'd be ideal so that I would try to avoid getting such a sleep deficit going on. But I should be slept up in time for this bottle. That'll be good. If you feel like liking the video, please go ahead and do so. Presumably it helps in some fashion. I don't know. I'm no expert on YouTube. I don't want to tell my doctor I need to have to dose, actually. I'm fine with the amount of Adderall I get right now. I need these weeks of no Adderall, you know? And the thing is, if I were to have more, it probably wouldn't even last much longer. And I need the week and a half, 2 weeks off. It usually doesn't end up being purely that. I'll get a couple from my daughter sometime partway through that. But I need to catch up fully on sleep, get my dopamine reserves back in place before I go back on it. And of course, right now I'm sick, so I don't need the added strain on my immune system and so forth. I'd like to have this more or less kicked before I go back on. However, I will say I seem to be getting better fast. I feel fine right now, more or less, and I feel sick, but I don't feel like bad. I'm not taking any Tylenol or anything, so I don't feel feverish. That high chain Matej. Yes, I remember you. You're the person who always says, "Remember me, remember me." God damn it! This frustrating thing. I suppose you want me to watch you eat, huh? Well, you want me to let you outside? Okay. Out you go. He's a silly boy. All right, well, I'm going to wrap this live stream up. I try to watch a little television before bed. Is the socks in? Meth? Yeah, I'm fine with the amount of amphetamines I have right now, I guess.
The gabapentin are on the table, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so thanks a lot for being here. Love you all. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.